of the I would say uh, strategy.
Okay.
We produce, I would say more than 10,000 words every month, worth of content, and people refer to and take it as a go-to place to learn blockchain. If you look at our website and our blog section, so you would cover each and every topic which would have made news in the last 5 or 8 years.
Hmm. Okay, so you try to cover basically whatever is making the news and making sure that it is being disseminated in a way that people are really understanding it.
Yes, so the part of your job as evangelist is also to educate your people as well, because the barrier to entry towards crypto and towards blockchain, I would say little
Hmm.
higher, right? So it is very important that we make them understand in the language they understand, right, in their own language.
Right. It's very important, yeah, that it should be in the words that are more accessible. It cannot always be so esoteric. Yeah.
Mm, right, right. And I can recall that back in the days when we were entering into this space, we were hiring people from Delhi to on a daily basis, remuneration basis, that for 1 day session and bringing them teacher, team member, and I myself personally used to decipher the blockchain, like in front of my team in a very, very plain language, in kind of where even a layman could understand. So I would say that has become as a USP to us, because we got so many uh, gestures and recognitions that the way we explain blockchain, is so easy to understand that. Where people would have spent hours of another platforms on training them on the blockchain, but our content and explanation has proved very handy for them to understand it.
Right. Lovely. Now I want to kind of talk a little about you're a council member for the Cointelegraph Innovation Circle. Can you tell us a little more about this role and its significance within the blockchain community?
Yes, so Cointelegraph in itself is a name to reckon with when it comes to
Right.
crypto industry, and it's also a proud moment as well, prestige as well attached to it when you are able to have your presence in at such a level, and kind of an opportunity to share your thoughts and views from that platform with the industry at large. So I would say that's a very good, wonderful thing. And we are also a member to Times Leadership Council as well.
Hmm.
And we were awarded as the Asia's Best Leadership Award last year, in Mumbai. Uh,
Right.
yes.
Lovely. So, how does one go about becoming a member of both of these, like Cointelegraph Innovation Circle? I believe that there is a form that one can fill, correct? Is there a criteria there as well? And what about the ET Council that you just mentioned?
Yeah, both these organizations have their own criterias, right? And I don't think there is any shortcut to,
Hmm.
they also have their own, they vet it, all the
Yeah,
information,
there must be like a selection criteria as well, right?
exactly. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So you
Yeah. Okay, so can you tell us a little about what does this role really entail for you on a day-to-day basis? Like, is there something that you actively have to do as a member of Cointelegraph's Innovation Circle?
so it's mostly like other way around. Like you when you produce, they do float certain topics where they would like to have the opinion of the members, and if your time allows, because there's no such as a kind of deadlines or these kind of stuff or commitments. But yeah, if your time allows, you feel free to produce the content and share it with them, and which they can kind of publish.
Hmm.
Uh,
Okay.
and it goes through some iterations as well, but depends
Okay. Lovely. Wonderful. So moving on from the kind of work that you're doing with Antia Solutions as well as on a professional level as a thought leader, can you tell us the next big milestone perhaps for Antia that you're really really excited about?
So, as I said, like, yeah, so very good question as well. And
Hmm.
so we have certain milestone on the turnover side, which we are getting very closer to in the last one
Okay.
and a half years. And so we are also trying to close this financial year on a very good numbers. And even despite the 9 months of bear market,
Hmm.
and at the same time, we are very bullish on, for entering into the new financial year from 1st of April. And because of the Bitcoin halving, which is coming up, and the market is very bullish, as you can see. And
Hmm.
because a lot of the time, this market is more on the sentiment driven, as you can understand.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
yeah. I think most markets are sentiment driven.
yes, and we are the kind of the builders basically. So the people who get who succeed in such an environment are the one who makes the tools, tools of the trades. So we are in a very interesting position and place as well, and so we're just trying to reap the maximum benefit out of this opportunity.
Right. You've mentioned several times that you have a commitment to making blockchain, mainstream across different verticals. What strategies do you employ to drive in adoption and overcome common barriers, apart from, say, creating accessible content?
Yeah, Taru, again, one very interesting question. So, see, I started my career from design, and then went on to do PhD in computer application
Hmm.
and journalism. So I'm a blend of three things:
Right.
content, technology, and design. So I believe like anything which needs to be, on like which it requires people to onboard any platform, should be designed with the design thinking approach, and which can only be applied once you have a certain technical level, right? So how you can, make your platform uh, user friendly, which has always been the key criteria. And even for the adoption of Web3 technologies, we have to ensure that Web 2.0 experience remains same.
Hmm.
Can have underneath, 2.5 or 3.0 kind of technology. However, you can't, uh, I would say, like, uh, make the user experience level difficult. So that is the one thing which we are trying to achieve even through this B2C wallet. Again, where we are making sure that our narrative is very simple, that if you can use WhatsApp, you can use crypto. That's our narrative.
Right.
And
Right.
at the same time, uh, the question paper the project which we have kind of initiated. So we have our goal is to make it as a de facto protocol, how
Hmm.
the Web3 application will be applied in government domains, in governance side. So that's the kind of like example we want to set in
Hmm.
the industry, and also give direction to the multiple other Web3 companies, how to, tailor or their, projects, and how to solution architect their, projects, uh, keeping in mind the Web 2.0 experience.
Right. Yeah, I think it's very, very important that we create platforms and make this technology more accessible, because that is the only way that we are going to see large scale adoption. So I totally concur with you there. Now, looking ahead, what do you envision for the future of this technology and its role in shaping the world or tackling global problems?
So as you know, like Web 3.0, or as we say, like blockchain is synonymous to truth, trust, right?
Right.
So one of the fundamental thing in this world, like, is for any transaction to happen is the trust part, right? So when trust can shift to the technology, to a machine, and you have better kind of a surety that there will not machine will not have any inclination towards any party, right? So in my opinion, we are going through a very important phase of the history wherein the trust is being established and new innovative platforms are being discovered and in different areas. For example, we also have one other product which is at the idea stage wherein we are trying to solve one of the largest problem in the supply chain, which is called drug counterfeiting, so product counterfeiting. So again, if we can, change our system, I would say it is not the people's fault. We most of the time we hear that the people are corrupt, but what we at entire believe that uh, when we can make our system robust enough and don't leave any opportunity for any actor to, act dishonestly, that is where the crux lies. That's where the success lies. And we can't change people, we can only change systems, right? Everyone has the full right to achieve their own goals in whatever way they want to or they wish to. Nobody can control that, but at least what is in our hand is our, the systems are in our hand. How to design those systems which can have the foundation of trust, and that can only come with the blockchain. So
Hmm.
this is what we always believe and preach as well.
Right. Yeah. I think that is very, very true. And so I do think that, I'm very bullish about this technology, and I do feel that blockchain technology does have the power to change and tackle a lot of the kind of issues that we are seeing globally, just because of the sheer technology itself and the way it kind of functions. Because, as you mentioned, it is kind of synonymous with trust. And that is something beautiful in this day and age. So I think we're pretty much aligned there. Would you have any advice for, aspiring blockchain leaders or individuals who want to make a key impact in this space?
Uh, yes, I can at least, share my own learnings. For any area, like if I want to succeed in any area, one thing which is very important that you should know is you should have like fundamental understanding of that particular domain and how it can add value to the current functioning of the systems, right? So, and you must know where you are going before you embark upon a journey, because as we say, like if you don't know where you are going, where you have to go, any road can take you there, right? So one must understand that the roadmap we are taking, where it is leading you, and are you fully prepared to uh, uh, embark upon and maybe address all the challenges which are going to be there, and do you have the capability or the people around who can guide you for those challenges? Because what we believe again, like that success is equal to when opportunity meets preparedness, right? And when you are prepared to address the opportunities which are going to come maybe down the line 6 months or 1 year, and do you have the stomach or maybe the heart of entrepreneurship, or only the stomach? So you have the capability. What I'm trying to say is, do you have the capability and ability to see through all those bear market uh,
Right.
scenarios as well?
Hmm.
Your monthly requirements are so high that which are first to be achieved rather than your vision. So, and again, like, is your vision is important, or is it just a wish? Do
Right.
you actually carrying a vision, or it is just a?
Hmm.
So these are the some guidelines, maybe like a few things which I believe that everyone must have, must know before they embark on their entrepreneurship journey.
Right. I think so. That is just, in general, very good advice for anybody who wishes to be an entrepreneur. Are there any resources that you would like to perhaps recommend to people who are listening in as entrepreneurs or even just as retail users?
Okay, I've always learned from books actually. So
Hmm.
I never went to a college. My highest education was only full time, I would say, +2. So, but I went on to do the this complete my education through distance learning. Again, it was a
Hmm.
circumstantial, not because I was not interested in but I would give a lot of credit to my reading habit. So that's what I can say, because life is always about reading and running, because you get running because you get a lot of challenges, and but you never stop. You kind of you stand up and again start running. Reading because your life is too short to learn from your own experiences.
Hmm.
So if you can, have the ability to learn from others' experiences, that is what is called wisdom, right? Wisdom is not only when what you learn from your own experience, but what you can learn from others' experiences.
Right.
So that's some of the thoughts actually I carry. So
Is there
reading is
any particular book that you would like to recommend?
again it matters like what area you want to read on.
Hmm.
Because you have leadership, you have management, you have technology, you have communication, you have sales and marketing. And that's what I also like most about entrepreneurship, because it makes you, especially when you are working in a service industry, it makes you like complete man. That's the tagline of a Raymond, But once if
Hmm.
you are, successful in your service business, you cannot achieve that success without, learning about all these areas, without
Right.
going through all the challenges of different areas. And so, yeah, I got there are a couple of books which comes to my mind. One is on the leadership side is the Three Laws of Performance, and there's another one which is called Objective Leader. Yeah.
Okay.
So these are two which are my favorite, but there are many others, but these two stand out.
All right. These are great recommendations, and I'll sure to link them up in the description of the podcast as well. This has been a really wonderful conversation, Vikram. I think usually conversations with, people who are in the service industry, it can be very monotonous and repetitive, but I do think that, you brought in some great insights, and there will be something for everybody to derive from this conversation. So thank you for making the time. But is there anything that, you'd like to add before we wrap this up?
I would first thanks for having me here, and I would say like entrepreneurship is always a journey, is always a kind of choice you make, and there are
Hmm.
certain uh, criteria which needs to be be there, or skills needs to be honed before you actually take the path of entrepreneurship. And if you have the time, I can take another 2 or 3 minutes,
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
please go ahead.
and I can so first is like you must have the skill of a like a collaboration, so when you can collaborate people towards one single vision. You then second is your curiosity, like your curiosity level should always be at a level where you should be a lifelong learner, right?
Hmm.
Third is resilience. You being defeated is a kind of a temporary condition, but giving up is a permanent. So that resilience needs to be cultivated before you embark upon any entrepreneurial journey. Then you should also have a strong vision. Again, I discussed that, like whether your vision is just a wish or it is a vision. A vision will let you pass through the hard times as well. A wish
Hmm.
will kind of uh, make you disappear from the industry. And uh, that's the, I think, a few things which are very much important. And last but not least, you should have an intrinsic motivation to achieve your goals. You should not be depending on anybody else to come and motivate you. Why you should come up and go get out of your bed and go to get to work. So these are the few things which I would advise everyone that who want to be entrepreneur. And if you feel like, yeah, it is not a kind of a something to be ashamed of if you don't have, but there's always a term called entrepreneurship, which always you can always assist others, because no entrepreneur can grow until without a good team behind him, right? And those
Yeah.
are the team members, when they are under one single vision, only then
Hmm.
things can grow. So that's my advice, and maybe last 2 cents. Thank you.
Thank you so much once again, Vikram, for making the time to speak to us today. This has been a really wonderful conversation.
Thanks again. And yeah, you're welcome.